What's good? What's popping? Welcome to Still Standing, real life, real man, in real situations. I'm here with my brother OG, not by blood, but by bond. We stood side by side in the military. Now we standing side by side in real life. Both husbands, both fathers, still figuring out life in real time. We talk about wins, losses, and the quiet battles nobody posts about, and the lessons that come with responsibility. This is a safe place. We will have fun, but it's about honest conversation, accountability, growth, and truth. If you're trying to build, trying to heal, trying to lead, or just trying to make it through another day, you're in the right place. Welcome to Still Standing. What up,
Let's
OG
do it.
man? What's up, Brody?
Another day, brother. How about yourself?
Man, another day, like you say, bro. It's a lot of shenanigans going on in the world. We were just talking about that. Uh, Apparently going to war. You know what I mean? With Iran. Started off, Venezuela. We done went in and swiped they president, whole little situation. Then it was Mexico. And we
Mhm.
like, we gonna have to come over there if y'all can't handle y'all biz. And then
Yeah,
they came out with El Mencho head on the platter. And now it's been crazy down there. And then, Trump, he come out and talk to the people.
it is what it is.
And he said it is what it is, man. Listen, he said, hey, niggas get shot every day, B.
Every day.
and and hey, condolences to the families, man. To the soldiers that lost their life. Sorry that
It's
had to
not.
happen.
My laugh wasn't in laughing about the deaths. It's the fact that he don't care, bro.
He do not
He
care.
does not care,
Any
and
distraction.
the crazy thing about it is he don't care. And the people who are supposedly, I'm for the troops and XYZ, I support Trump. Are y'all still supporting this shit? Like, is
Y'all
this shit
still on that train?
y'all still on that train to support him? Motherfucker? Like, I'm trying to figure out. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like,
So yeah, this conflict go all the way back to thing like 1953 when our CIA conspired on one of they leaders, supreme leader at the time, to get somebody in there more U.S. friendly. And then of course people most noted recent history, the embassy and having all them hostages. Hey, wish they did let all of the people go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just saying, keep that in mind. But hey, Trump started the war, not the US.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
him.
that was all him, my boy. That was all him.
Hey, that was him.
It
Hey,
had nothing
leave
to do
us
with us.
out of it. We don't want nothing. We want lower prices, gas,
Yeah, yeah,
groceries. We just want it to be even out here, bro. Hey, so hey, Iran, leave us alone. But hey, man, anything to keep us, from them files. So everybody out there, just kind of keep your eyes open because y'all see the game
mhm,
that's being played.
exactly,
Is
exactly.
Iran, distraction,
It's
distraction.
all a distraction,
It's
bro.
all a
Real talk.
distraction, brother. But hey, shout out to them soldiers, man. I hope all of them, God willing, make it out safe. It's sad that a conflict can occur based off of uh, you know, old man beef. That's really all it be. And that be the sad part. But
Anybody that go into the defect and y'all see them lobster tails, that fresh steak,
just know.
they finna ship y'all ass out, my boy. They finna ship
Hey, you
y'all
finna
ass
be
out.
gone. Man.
Hey,
Man.
belly's all full, y'all eating good. Like, ooh, this real
Hey,
good right
they
here,
done
man.
fucked you up morale high.
They going stupid right now. They going
And
crazy with the
morale stupid high. Oh, they
man.
treating us right. See, they what I was trying to tell my mom and my daddy when I wanted to join.
It ain't that
Hey,
bad. It
hey,
ain't that
mama.
bad.
Hey, I just wanted a Hellcat. And they wanted a Hellcat.
Man, listen.
I just wanted a scat. They sending me
Man,
off. Oh man, hey, Friday gonna be cool, man. We gonna have the combine episode. I know you've been
mhm.
keeping up what you've been seeing out there, bro. But we get into the episode.
Listen, they making fast seem like it ain't fast no more. They make they making 4 threes like it's like that's normal speed.
Like
They
it's
make it
nothing now, bro.
like it's nothing now. Like whoever is coaching these young men when it comes to training up for the combine, whew, they doing their job, bro. They doing a good ass job, man.
Yeah.
Linebackers out here running sub 4 threes, 4 4s. Bro, like that's.
Going nuts, bro.
But the only thing
And
I would say, and we had this
yeah,
conversation already, that shit really don't. It shows you, how good of an athlete they are, but it does
yes,
not
sir.
translate to on field, bro. You gotta
Yeah,
look at that film, man.
yeah,
You gotta look at that film.
yeah.
Like the
And
combine,
I
cool.
do wish a lot more of the combine was drills that will actually translate. Cause even the 40, bro, you gotta say like when in football are you gonna run in a straight line 40 yards straight? It
Yep,
don't happen. Even as a running back, okay, you still got to get through the hole. You might got to bounce in and out. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that go into that. So you never really running straight. That's why you don't see a lot of these 4-3 receivers or 4-3 DBs, really become a threat in the league.
yep,
Because just because you can run fast don't mean you got football speed, don't mean you can cut, stop on a dime. You dig what
exactly.
I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I just don't understand it, why it's so much importance on it when they got all that damn tape. And that's really what it come down to.
It's cool to look at. It's cool to be like, oh, dude, buddy fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the fastest people, the people who run the fastest 40, a lot of them you don't even know them about them no more. They're not in the
Right,
league. No, they not a factor in the game really.
right.
Like so,
You only got a few that like that speed really transition to the field, like a Tyreek Hill, Deshaun Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Who else was just blazing fast that I could think of?
yeah, I don't even. Matter of fact, just think about Tyreek Hill. Like I don't even remember his. Did he even do the combine? I don't even remember his numbers. And you can see he fast in the league. But his thing about it, like, I don't even remember his numbers if he was in the combine or if
Right,
he actually was undrafted. I don't know. I don't know is when you see him, he's fast.
right.
It's
Whether
not a
it's
lot of
track,
players.
whether it's the football field, whether
Yeah,
y'all racing in the street, he got
mhm,
that gear for sure.
got it.
For
So
sure.
it's not a lot of players, you know, it's not a lot of players that you see that's in the NFL and you see them like Bijan is fast, but it's a different type. Some players are sideline to sideline. Ladder, they go from 0 to 100 real fast.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, it take them a good 10 yards for them to actually show their real speed.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's different nowadays when it comes to how fast. Like people put a bubble. Oh, dude's fast. Like it's a lot of ways that players can be able to use their speed to their advantage.
that's right, bro. That's right. But we definitely gonna be reacting to that. And that's gonna be cool, bro. I think that's gonna be a fun episode. But today's episode, man, we did the Dear Mothers. Today is about our fathers, man, growing up with pops. Um, you know, we both got different stories when it comes to our fathers and how we grew up, and then
Yeah,
growing up and then being men and going through the same things that they went through and kind of understanding more. And it's kind of a cycle. And it's crazy now that we both got sons
mm-hmm.
and we going through the same thing. But it's certain things that you don't want to, repeat. And that's
Yeah,
kind of what this episode is, to kind of highlight, the downsides and the upside. We definitely gonna champion our pops. You know what I mean? We got different dads. I'm saying it like we got the same dad, but we both gonna champion our dads, man, and you
yeah,
know give them love. But it was certain things that they failed on,
yeah.
that you understand now as you grow up. So first question I got for you, bro, like, what was the fondest memory you had of your dad?
I would say my dad, honestly, the memory that made me have the most joy around my dad is my dad teaching me how to ride a bike.
Okay.
My dad, because that situation, I was so excited because I was able to do something on my own, even though my dad was teaching me. But at the same time, it's like I remember being on the bike and my dad saying, "Yeah, there you go, son. There you go, son. There you go, son."
Oh,
And
that's live.
I'm so excited, right? I crashed into a mailbox, bro.
No. Hey, I'm
Head
sorry,
first.
bro. I'm fucked up. I didn't laugh.
Listen, head first. I'm so excited. I ain't even paying attention. I'm so excited that my dad is hyping me up. I'm talking about boom off the bike, get on the floor. I didn't even react. I'm still happy.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm
Yeah.
still happy as hell that my dad hyping me up because I know how to ride a bike. So it was the fact that like I found a lot of joy, like me being able to my first time benching 95 pounds.
Mhm.
It's certain things that is like just being there, man. Like just my dad being proud of me, even though it was like it just built on my confidence, like I could take on the world. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
just I can go for days talking about this shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's like seeing my dad being proud of me of something I was able to do on my own, even though he instilled in me, he taught me how to do certain things, like how to ride a bike or you know how to change a tire or how to, you know what I'm saying, the excitement that my dad had for me, it made me like, oh, I can do this. Like my dad, like he give me, he spoke this into me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I
Yeah.
say. But how about yourself?
Uh, man, so my dad, he I forgot what I did, bro, but he was gonna take me out. It was either to like the little NASCAR jump where you drive the little, what's that, the go-karts outdoors,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
speedway, or I could
mm-hmm,
go see this movie.
yeah,
And he was thinking I was gonna pick the go-karts
yeah.
and all of that. But I wanted to go see the movie. That movie turned out to be Malibu's Most Wanted. Now I was like, I don't know, about 10, 11, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
let me go see that, bro. But he
Mm-hmm.
also took me to the go-karts also. So I got to
Okay.
do both. But
All right.
that's one of my favorite movies to this day. Just
Damn.
cause, you know what I'm saying, my pops took me to go see that joint. And Snoop Dogg as the little rat, bro. And I
Mm.
watched that movie 100 times. But that was definitely one of my top memories. Or when you know, they took the family, we took the whole family to Miami and we did a cruise in high school. Yeah, that was fire too, bro. That
Okay.
was fire. But that was a long ass drive.
Damn.
Man, so what's one thing that you really appreciated about your dad coming up?
I really appreciate it. Hmm. If I asked my dad a question, my dad
Yeah.
wouldn't lie to me. No matter, no matter, no matter how difficult the question was, sometimes when it comes to being so honest, sometimes the truth hurts. But if I was to ask my dad a question, my dad wouldn't lie to me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Um, but what I will say, it taught me to trust him. If he started, the more he would tell me the truth, the more I was open to my dad to be able to ask him questions because I knew my dad wasn't gonna lie to me. But at times it's like I would ask hard questions and he told me the hard truth. That's why I really feel like I really appreciate the fact that I can come to him. I can be like, "Hey, Dad, why did this happen?" And he'd be like, "Hey, son, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you this right now." And I knew that he wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah.
But also, a lot of harsh truths.
About life, like what was
Just
some
life
questions you
period.
would have?
I remember my first time asking my dad, and this was during the time that my mom was locked up, and I asked him, I was like, Dad, where's mom? Like, where's she at? And he could have said anything. He could have said, she just gone, or she's just away for a little bit. And he was like, hey son, she she got arrested, she XYZ. And he gave me the real. He wasn't trying to shelter me from the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's something that he may, my stepmom or somebody around him may not feel like it was the right answer or the right thing to tell a 7-8-year-old at the time. But it was one of the things where it's like I knew I could come to my dad and ask him questions because I knew he gonna tell me the truth. I knew my stepmom, I knew everybody else was gonna try to answer in a
Sugarcoat it.
way,
Yeah.
sugarcoat it. But
You
my dad,
young, so they trying to protect you. Yeah.
my dad has never been. He never sugarcoated shit, bro. He never. That's why whenever I ask my dad a question, is like if he takes a big breath and he do this right here, I know whatever he comes out of his mouth, I know it's gonna be the truth because he's preparing himself to be able to let me know the real.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
He did that like as a fault, like that's just
Yeah.
who he has as a person.
Even if he knew he was wrong, he'll still tell the truth, even if it's like something where my dad done told me, hey, there's been times where, he done drove drunk, done the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Damn near, I want to say he crashed his truck one time. I asked him where his truck at. He
Yeah.
said, hey, man, I just did some stupid shit. I decided to, and he let me know, don't be like me. Don't do that. Like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
fine.
He'll let me know in the real, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, my dad did that. But at the same time, it's like, he told me the truth. So if he asked me a question, it's like automatic. I tell the truth, and it wasn't off no fear. It was more off of my dad is being honest with me. Why can't I be honest with him?
Yeah.
So it's like it's like sometimes my stepmom would be like, kind of hide some things or X, Y, and Z, and even when she would do that, my dad would still be like, "Nah, I ain't." I say the right thing in front of her, but then I put him to the side, be like, hey, something talk to you real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, between me and you, like, nah, this is what really happened. And he'll let me know. But then it's like, he being a husband to where he's like, hey, I'm just trying to say the right thing just because so I won't hear her mouth. But between me and you, this what really happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's one thing I can say, like, he'll tell me the truth. Doesn't matter how hard the truth is, he'll tell me the truth. That's why whenever the conversation would come up with my mom, it wouldn't be just what she did. He'll tell me what he did as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, it ain't just he's telling the truth, but he's only telling the truth about other people. He'll tell the truth about himself as well.
So that's how you know. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So but at the same time, it's like, just because stuff come out of his mouth, other people may have different perspectives of how stuff went down too. So it's not like I just have to go to him for the truth. I gotta ask other people what happened, just to pick pieces from different people's perspectives.
Yeah. So one thing I definitely appreciate about my post, man, he didn't allow all the turmoil to, make him, go anywhere or disappear from fatherhood. So kind of the same when it comes to yours. And I know people will say like that's what he was supposed to do, but like my dad didn't have his dad, so I mean he could have easily have went off of the example that was set by his father. You know what I mean? And he didn't. So right, wrong, or indifferent, like he was always there. You know what I mean? Now we had plenty of arguments and shit like that, but he always was there. You know what I mean? Trying to show support and love the best way he knew how. So, you don't really appreciate that John until you get older.
Yeah.
And you have your own kids. Just especially when it's a lot of turmoil between you and your pops, and it's a lot of,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, testosterone and misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And also too, we are alike in so many ways. So it's just like the older I get, you know what I mean, we will bump heads. And
Hmm.
it wasn't because anybody was right or wrong. It just was because like we both got a mind of our own and we do things different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just appreciate my pops always making sure to be there, no matter what it was. You know what I mean? Games, you know what I mean? Any graduation, any award, even when I graduated from basic training, like he was there. You know what I mean? So I think a whole bunch of people was there, but you know what I mean. Like he was
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
always there at significant points in my life.
Sometimes it's like you have, even if you have, you have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people showing up or something. It's always that like that one person where he's like, yeah, if that one person is missing and you still have 12, 13 people coming, be like, dang,
Yeah,
everybody came, but my dad didn't come or my mom didn't come. It's like, it's always that, you know what I'm saying?
but this was like around the time, like, yeah, like they divorce was final, but they both came. My
Yeah.
grandparents came, but yeah, I just remember my pops being there. But yeah, I just appreciate, you know, a lot of the wisdom that he tried to give me and just being there in significant moments. Also being there in moments keeping me out of bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember one time after a football game, we go to this one McDonald's, everybody fighting some niggas from a whole nother school.
Yeah.
In the parking lot, my pops trying to tell them like, nah, relax, like y'all tripping. You know what I mean? Get up out the parking lot, blase,
Hmm.
blase. And he was right, bro. Cause if he wasn't there, my dumb ass would have jumped right in on that stupid ass shit, and it wasn't nothing
Anything could have
that
happened.
had to do with Nathaniel. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just niggas wanting to fight. And you know what I mean? My pops would always speak up if he was around and something like that was going down. He would try to stop it. Now, did he stop it? No. But
Well,
he
no.
tried. He tried, bro. So nah, I appreciate that, man. Uh what's one thing that your father didn't directly teach you, but you learned from watching him? It could be good or bad too.
So I've learned to, as an adult, this is me seeing my dad as when I was a child. My dad has a strong way to how he expresses himself. My whole family, everybody just loud. I feel like a lot of my family members have hearing problems. That's probably part of the reason why they're so loud.
Yeah.
But my dad, when he wants to talk, he wants to be able to dominate the conversation. And if he feels like he's being overtalked, he'll raise his voice
Yeah.
to try to dominate the conversation. And to some of the women that my dad would want to be with, some of them would try to overtalk him, and he would get aggressive in ways where now he's screaming at him.
Right.
And I learned off of me being in my marriage that the best way to be able to get my point across with my wife is not raising my voice. And my blood pressure ain't being raised.
Right.
I won't turn around and have a headache. I say what I need to say. Um, but my dad has a problem with how he decides to react. My dad definitely, his emotional intelligence as an adult, young adult, isn't as, I want to say, it isn't as developed as how I feel like mine is versus how his was, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah. For sure.
I'm able to process my emotions a lot better to where I don't storm out, feel like I need to punch something, feel like I need to grab at something, feel like I need to just poke my chest out. I'm able to process conflict a lot better than how my dad did when I was little.
Where do you think
So
that come from? From grandpa?
my grandma,
Oh, grandma. So it came
my grandma.
from his mom.
Yeah, my grandma is a hothead. I'm saying I was like she dead and gone, but like my grandma is a hothead. My granddad, on the other hand, my papa, he was the type where his behavior and his how he presented himself, he didn't like to fuss, he didn't like to argue. He was a hardworking man, but my grandma's energy is total opposite of my papa. I don't even know how they end up being together so long, just because, just to be completely
Well,
honest
nah,
with you.
that's opposites where he didn't
What I'm
really
saying
have
is
to
like,
do all of that. Yeah.
usually the man is the hot head and the woman is the one who's all feminine and XYZ and soft spoken. It was a total opposite, something that you really didn't see as somebody that was at that age. Usually the man is the one who's dominant and XYZ and say what they need to say and feel like they're in control. But in my grandma household, she's the one that says XYZ. She the one that control it. My papa, on the other hand, he like, all right, baby, all right. He don't like the fuss. All right, okay, all right. Go to church. Work at the chalk mine. You know what I'm saying? So that's how my papa was. Like he didn't go outside smoke a cigarette. Go on, you know what I'm saying? Go outside and be one with nature. You know what I'm saying? Like he one of those types. Like that's his way of being away from everybody, just being out. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that, I know where my dad got his attitude from. My grandma. So they been around each other for so long, they start to bicker, just like you and your dad. You know what I'm saying? The more they're around each other, because they act just alike. So me having an understanding of this is like, I feel like my emotional intelligence is a lot better just off of me experiencing my dad react in certain ways, and me knowing as a child where cussing at your wife or cussing at XYZ or certain things that I would see that my dad would do, and off of reaction, and it just something where he felt like he just couldn't control. I'm seeing it like, all right, I see that, I don't like that, I'm not gonna do that, or I'm gonna try my best not to do that. So seeing my dad act or talk to women in certain ways, it made me think like to myself, I don't feel like that's right. I don't think I want to do that. Let me try it another way. You know what I'm saying? But what about yourself?
It was a couple things, but the one was always, have work, have consistent income. Pops ain't play about having, that bread and butter.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation was, would come through. He was a little stingy with the bankroll, but I understand why as I get older. But he always had that work ethic.
Did you see that as like a bad thing growing up or a good thing?
What?
You saying he was stingy with his money?
Nah, but shit, they always make sure, I might not have J's, I might have had some whoops. You dig what I'm saying? But I also did have like Coogee, LRG, and I also did have whatever the latest game system was. So you dig what I'm saying? He made sure, but I understand why he might have said no sometimes, especially like to us or to my mom when it came to bread, especially seeing things as you get older and understanding. You dig what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that. And then on the downside, the bad thing I say I learned indirectly was the anger. Especially when I say like, especially when I first got married, like I definitely took on a lot of what I saw whenever I would have disagreements. I wouldn't say when I first got married. I say like when we probably like 4 or 5 years when we really start having issues. Like I really took on and gravitated toward that anger and frustration, and seeing him lashing out in those moments where he wasn't understood or nobody really had his back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't understand why niggas so angry why somebody would be so angry until you start going through certain things that he was going through with
Yeah.
being a husband and having kids. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
there's one thing I could say, bro. I took from him, but indirectly.
Okay.
But as far as like big events, was Pops always there? Football game, tennis
Yeah.
matches. Well, what was up? What was up?
Oh, my dad, man, my dad didn't miss nothing, bro. My dad, as much as my dad worked, if I had awards in school about me getting an award for science or an award for, X, Y, Z, bro, my dad was always there, bro. Every single time, bro. There was not one time where I feel like my dad just wasn't there. It could be, I remember when I did a dare paper for my middle school and I won the whole thing. And I had to go to the auditorium and I had to read that my dare paper to the class. I mean to um the whole seventh, sixth, seventh, eighth grade. I had to read that shit to everybody because I won. My dad was right there. I don't really remember my dad missing out one thing, man. And my dad was always working, but he still took the time. And it doesn't matter what job my dad had, my dad was always there. It's not one time where I feel like I can remember where he missed something that I was like, dang, I wish my dad was there. He was always there.
Shit, for me, uh, yeah, I want to say the same, bro. Pops always was at every event, whether it was shit play, uh, playing the drums, shit, football, baseball, whatever
Yeah.
it was, bro. Middle school basketball, like he gonna show up. Nigga didn't care if I was on the C team, the B team, the B minus squad, bro. He always was going. He always made sure to show up, bro. And I really
Yeah.
do appreciate that. But if you ask my sister, she might say that he wasn't as supportive for her. So that would have
Ooh.
been kind of the downside. I don't know uh, if your sister was into anything, you know, was she sports wise or
My sister, she cheered, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
she, well, you know, um, any type of event that she expected him to be there. Um, not, besides my sister going to school, coming home for the most part, I don't feel like my sister really did much of any activities that require him to come to the school for.
Yeah.
So, a lot of my dad coming to the school was usually for me when it comes to me getting awards for, having the highest grade for certain things and stuff like that. But um yeah, oh no, other than cheering, let me see what else. Yeah, other than cheering, my dad really wasn't coming to the school for Diamond unless she was doing something like, when she wasn't supposed to be doing or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think yeah, my sister would definitely make an argument like my dad wasn't as supportive as far as basketball or softball or whatever the case was because I feel
Yeah.
like that was kind of the ways that she would try to get my dad's attention in a way.
Yeah.
Because whenever I had like a sports season, like I
Mhm.
told you, my dad was either coaching or involved.
Okay.
So like, he's spending a lot of time with me. And I'm doing football, then we got basketball. Then we got which he coaching me in basketball. Then we got baseball season. Like it was
Mhm.
always back to back to back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So as we get older and she kind of looking for her moments, she probably would say like he ain't show up like that
Dang.
to, the games and stuff. But you also gotta think times was different. Like my parents split with 10th grade going in 11th grade, something like that, 11th grade. So she kind of really felt that, you know what I mean? Because I was gone by the time all of it really hit.
So she has a different perspective of how she.
Totally different perspective of my pops.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And certain things we share the same sentiment, and then certain things like she don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't get that spotlight, and to me, I'm like, bro, if you would have got that, you probably would have broke down. Just to be honest,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Because my pops was really hard on me, real
Okay.
hard on wanting performance and me being almighty Bo Jackson mixed with Deion Sanders mixed with, you know what I mean? And
So
yeah,
so was y'all mom showing up to her games and events and stuff like that if he
yeah,
wasn't doing it?
pretty much,
Oh,
pretty much.
okay.
So
Okay.
that's what made it difficult because they were split, but Mom Deuce gonna pop up, make sure to
And was
show
she doing the
support.
same thing for you as well when you had your events, or was it just for her?
Who?
Y'all mom was she showing up for
Nah,
both?
everybody coming to my games. Everybody, grandpa, grandma, mom, dad, everybody gonna pop up at a game or two.
So I mean, I can when it comes to showing up, I mean, I can kind of understand, on her side. I can kind of understand, if she has some type of resentment, like why y'all always showing up for him, but when it's me,
They
it's
did. They are every game. Yeah.
it's
Rain,
barely a
sleet, snow, they there. You know what I mean? So I can
yeah,
I can totally understand why.
yeah,
Even baseball, like I wasn't really good, but once they got me on that pinch running, like,
yeah,
okay, now you might get to see me steal a base or two.
yeah,
Okay, cool. They're gonna sit through that. You
yeah,
see what I'm saying? So it was always something. So I can understand uh her feeling like that. And I never want to diminish her feelings
mm,
because I wasn't around. You know what I mean?
okay,
You left right after you got out of high school, shortly after. I left like a year removed from high school, tried college for a little bit. I was just 18 still. So like,
yeah,
to her also, she feel like she's seen a whole different side of both my parents. So
okay,
I can only speak on my experiences.
yeah.
But what was your dad's parenting style?
So my dad only had one way. You know, he, my dad didn't spill no rod, not one time, my boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was on me and my sister ass all the time. Like he was not sparing no ass whooping. If he said he gonna do some shit,
He
he
gonna
doing it.
do it.
He gonna do
It's
it. It
over
ain't
with.
no, and it was only one time, bro. It was one time I got away with getting an ass whooping. One time, bro. And I'm gonna tell you something. I want to say I broke something or I did something, and my dad just got so sick of it. One day he came home and my stepmom told him what I did. And he walked into the room and he took me by my shoulders and shook me and said, "Why you keep doing that shit, son?" Bro, I got so scared. I probably like 6 or 7 years old.
You
I
ain't
got
do it
so
again.
scared. And I said, "I don't know, Dad. I love doing that shit, Daddy." And I cussed. And my dad said, "What the hell you just say?" And I got even more scared. And I said, I'm sorry, Dad. I was speaking Chinese. Bro, I was scared as hell. And he said, "What you just say?" And I said, "I was speaking in Chinese." And it made him laugh. And then I said, "Oh, Daddy, you so pretty. You so handsome. You so pretty."
What
But I
the
was
hell
trying,
you was watching, bro?
it just popped in my head. I was like, "Dad, you just so handsome." He laughed. He laughed. I made him laugh. And he said, "Take your ass in the living room." And I got away with the ass whooping. That was the one time I remember that shit. It was so funny because it's like
Yeah.
was funny and it worked, but it worked because I was scared
Hey,
and I didn't know what the
he'd
fuck to
say
say.
the
I just
darnest things. Just
bro,
be saying anything.
anything, bro. I would say anything just to get out of the ass whooping.
Oh man, so he was very hands on.
Yes, bro. He was so hand, and it'd be one of the things where it's like I will be in church. Sometimes being in church, you won't be still or you talking too much or XYZ. My dad would pinch me. And sometimes that shit hurt more than the ass whooping, bro. I swear to God. He'll pinch me on my arm or my side of my neck or my ears.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That shit felt like my fucking skin ripping off.
Oh man. I think my dad was I wouldn't say he was hands-on in sports.
See, but that's the thing though. Like my dad wasn't hard on being sports. My dad cared more about discipline and like respecting everybody. That's what he'll get on my ass for. Like my grades, respecting people, respecting my elders. Those are mainly the two things that my dad would really get on me about for the most part. Now, if I broke something, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what it was, he still whooped my ass for it. But it
Yeah.
wasn't really like something he really like really cared about. He'll still do it, but it's one of
Yeah.
off the just fact that my dad would probably just upset, angry, whatever. He just took the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Wrong as fuck, but it is what it is. But it's like I'm failing my grades. That's automatic ass whooping.
Yeah.
And I'm not. And if he overheard that I disrespected somebody or disrespected my grandma, which is very rare, it's not something that I just did because I ain't going to get ass whooping. So it's like if I disrespected somebody, if I did something that wasn't nice, he got on my ass about that shit. So my dad ran a strict program when it came to my grades and respect.
I feel like my dad idea of discipline came more so from the military. You dig what I'm saying? Like I
And
don't
you
think
told
he
me,
was super
I don't,
hands-on when it
I don't,
came
I don't
to
understand you because you did tell me that shit. Because you said, you said your dad didn't have his dad.
yeah.
Like you would
And then
think,
and then so he ain't have his pops. And
yeah,
then moms was on that Rock Nation. So
yeah,
you dig he going down to North Carolina to stay with uh Grandma Pearl. And he going back and forth.
mm-hmm,
So he really didn't have true ideology about discipline or parenting or none of that shit, bro. Because he
yeah,
was just in and out of wherever the hell he was at. Then when you go to the military, he had Fort Seal. That's kind of like the first little bit of discipline. So I can say that's where a lot of uh his standards and methods came from. I could see once I went into the army. Because it was a lot of, yes sir, no sir. It wasn't really big on the whole elders thing. Like
yeah,
that was more so my mom's side of the
mm-hmm,
family and papa and all them. But my
yeah,
dad also wasn't really, I guess you could say, like he ain't cutting no grass. He paying somebody to do it.
mm-hmm,
He not changing no oil or no tire.
yeah,
He ain't tightening no screws and nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Like that was my pops, bro. He just more so was into working, getting a bag, and smoking Black and Miles and having a little drink and being there, being around the family. His idea was as long as he around, then
yeah,
he did better than both of his parents did. Now,
mm-hmm,
was that right? You know, for a lot of situations, no,
yeah,
because sometimes it take more than just being there.
right.
But that was his ideology behind it. He wasn't really.
There are a lot of there are a lot of active deadbeat parents out there now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My dad would definitely be the type like say, all right, he get off work at 5, get home at 6. If we
Yeah.
don't have practice or something, bro, he in the garage, bro, probably gonna puff down about 2, 3 Black and Miles.
Sheesh.
Might I say like 2. He used to be on them squares. He used to be on them squares heavy.
Hmm.
That's really because him and my papa both smoke cigarettes. So
Yeah.
then, like before I got in the army, I told myself, bro, I'm never gonna smoke cigarettes
Yeah.
because I used to hate that damn stench.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started smoking Black and Miles in high school,
Yeah.
and I would leave some around, and then he would get off cigarettes, do the little patches and shit. He'd be all sick and shit. He'll finally get off of that shit. Then he'll get back on cigarettes. And I'm like, damn, nigga, you just need to quit, bro. Call that shit a day. So then he
Yeah.
transitioned over to them Black and Miles. But yeah, he'll be, after work, they'll say like certain men come to the house and just sit in the driveway.
Yeah.
Like shit, Pop's gonna come in there, make sure everybody alive. And then he gonna be in that goddamn garage puffing, probably
Yeah.
sip on a little brewski, something like that, you know. And my mom's would be, you know, she get out work, she doing the cooking for the most part and just making sure everything was straight.
Yeah.
You see, but you can see how that would be, you know, a lot of pressure on moms. Now it did get to a point where, you know, my dad was trying to do more around the house, but for the most part, that was my dude. You know, he
Okay.
wasn't really the hands-on type. What is I'll get into something a little sad, but we ain't here to, you know what I mean, get down on our pops. But what was the worst moment you remember with you and your pops?
So it really wasn't something that he did to me, but I would say the worst moment I've seen from my dad is um him losing control and putting his hands on my mom, and even fighting, and putting his hands on my stepmom, and like just not not reacting, even though the anger may have, it may have been a reason that he in his head, why he feel like he needed to punch on something. But looking at it as a child, I knew as a child that shit was wrong. I just didn't understand why I felt that was wrong. But in my mind, I knew that ain't right. That ain't right. And the fact that I'm sitting here scared and crying because I want this shit to stop lets me know that something's not okay. Something's wrong.
Yeah,
So yeah, I feel like that was me seeing my dad, put his hands on my mom and put his hands on my stepmom, and I may not know the full story of the reasons why, but
yeah,
just off of seeing it, I automatically put my dad at fault for doing that, just because he went there with him. Because
yeah.
my dad, he didn't have. I felt like my dad didn't
He
have to
didn't
do
have
that,
to. Yeah,
but I also don't know what was said to him to make him lash out that way either. Which I'm not
right.
giving him a pass for that, but it's certain things that your spouse can be able to say to you, pressing buttons that can turn you to something that is unbecoming to you as a man sometimes too. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what was said to him. I don't know what was done to him to feel like that was acceptable in his mind, but that's the only thing I can feel like, nah, I don't respect that. I didn't respect him doing that. I still don't respect him doing that. You know what I'm saying? He know that. You know what I'm saying? But um I feel like that was seeing my dad at his lowest, where he felt like he was disrespected in a way where he felt like he had to retaliate.
hmm,
And unfortunately, I seen it as a child. So it's like one of the things where it's like, nah, like even if my wife do say something and I know I don't like it, like in my mind, in my mind, I may tell him, man, because there's a lot of things I can say in my mind that I don't have to say out loud.
yeah,
There's a lot of things I could be able to think, and I know that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? And I just
yeah,
walk away.
yeah,
But it's times where sometimes my dad's thoughts would come to reality for him, and he would respond in ways I feel like he just didn't react rationally. I say that.
yeah.
What about yourself?
Um, one of the worst memories with pops. Probably I don't know what grade. I want to say I was in like would have had to be would have had to be in fourth grade because I finally had moved back. I told you my parents. I was in Dallas, like North Dallas. My parents split. I went to Waco. Yeah, came back. Then we was in Dallas again. Yep, because it was a little empty lot. Yep. So I was in fourth grade, bro.
Yeah,
It was a football practice. It was a little bit cold outside, so it had to be about October, November time frame.
yeah,
But bro, this football practice, I told you my pops was a coach. This football practice, I couldn't catch a cold, boy. I couldn't catch it. And that was something that was always, you know what I mean, my hand-eye coordination was fucked up.
Yeah.
And this was before they was giving out, contacts and putting like prescription help advisors and certain shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I really did not have it when it came to them hands, but I was dropping
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So he was getting frustrated because he probably getting embarrassed in a way. Like
Yeah.
I'm not able to catch nothing. And then when we get close to the house and it's this empty parking lot, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
he trying to throw balls, but now he getting frustrated. He throwing them bitches like Uncle Rico. He throwing that shit hard as hell. I'm like, God damn, nigga.
Right, they gonna make you better at catching.
Like, bro, this ain't gonna help, nigga. You ain't even helping me.
Yeah.
So then it just become a mental game because when you start dropping passes, like now it's about your mind. You overthinking it now. You just
Yeah.
not all right, boom. Like now you thinking like, okay, I gotta catch it this way. I need to let it hit my body. Whatever. So
Yeah.
then he start getting frustrated. Bro say, nah, come over here. Start bear crawling. Well, I'm bear crawling. Boy, they got all them little ass, what's them little things they got in the
Look,
country?
yeah, yeah. Them what they call them? They call them I know you're talking about this shit. Like it stick to you.
Yeah, and they got the pointers, bro. Them on
Yeah.
the ground. And I'm ah ah. He like, nah, keep going. Since you can't catch, you gonna use your hands.
Sheesh.
Um, yeah, bro. He had me doing bear crawls down and back, gang. One, this was a different time and era. But
Yeah.
boy, when I came home, my hands was all bloody. Boy, my mama started. Yeah, she started flipping shit, boy. She
Damn.
started flipping out. But even as I got older, I still could never understand that moment. Like it was never that deep. It was
No.
never that deep. But that just kind of showed too that pressure that was kind of put on me early,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could see like that could take away from the fun of the game.
Yeah. That's why I
So
always say, like, I never want to be able to take the fun away from my son whenever it comes to sports. Like, I'm not gonna internalize it and make it about me if my son is not good at the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, if my son want to play a sport, cool. But as long as I feel like he's giving himself 100% effort, that's all I care about. Just give it 100%. That's it.
that's
Not
all.
That's all. Like if even if you are ass at it and you love that sport and you want to continue playing it, but you are complete horrible at it and you enjoying it, I'm not gonna crush your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really enjoying it and you're not good at it, I'm not gonna crush your spirit. I'm not gonna get frustrated at you because you're not doing something correct. Like
No, at that
if
point,
you,
I'm probably going. If you really enjoy it and you just not good at it, then I'm gonna put some money into it so you can
yeah,
get with
exactly.
better trainers, go play more, get more reps. You know what I mean? So like that's my thing about the sports. Like more so where it was laid on me, and it's like you got to go play this. And I did love football, but I will say the enjoyment of football was taken away really early.
Yeah.
Um, but whatever they say they want to do, that's why I'm gonna be like, well, if you really want to do this, this is what it takes. Like, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
make sure that they own it. Because to be anything good in these sports, it take reps. It
Exactly.
take reps.
So
So
my son, he I already done told you he in jujitsu right now, and he has competition this month on I want to say the 14th of this month. So this is the first time where my son is going to actually know what it's like to actually compete with somebody who's actually trying to like take them down, hurt
yeah,
them. So like, but in my son's mind right now, it's fun. It's so I feel like his first competition is really gonna shift his mind on what jujitsu really is about.
yeah, if you want to really do it or not.
You really want to do it or not. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's like I feel like, once my son gets that first I feel like it's really gonna take my son getting slammed one time for him to realize, oh, this is what jujitsu is. Okay.
yeah,
Because they don't really do that. Right now, they're not doing that with jujitsu. They're
yeah.
not training on slamming and how to grip certain ways and how to be in certain guards. They're not teaching that right now. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw him in there, just be like, hey son, this is what really jiu-jitsu is about. So just to see how he's gonna react to it. And I told the coach about it, and I said, listen, he doesn't know any techniques, he doesn't know X, Y, and Z. I said, I'm gonna throw him in there just to see how he react to it. Just to see like how's his brain gonna, you know what I'm saying? How is he gonna react to this?
Yeah.
Is he gonna react in fear, or is he gonna react in rage and try to get better at what he's doing, or try to, you know, figure it out? That's why I'm gonna throw him in there. But it's not like, but if I had a jujitsu mindset, I'm not gonna be like, hey son, this is what you need to do. Like I'm gonna just, hey, just let him do his thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what's gonna happen, because he may react in a positive way to it, like, okay, all right, I'm gonna get you next time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I like to pick my son's brain sometimes and feel like and see like how is he gonna react to this.
So we can switch gears a little bit, bro. What's something that your dad did that you really didn't understand till you became a man?
Okay, so my dad. So when I was growing up, man, when I tell you I did not like cutting grass. I did not like doing yard work. We went fishing sometimes, and I didn't really understand, but that shit taught me patience. It like my dad would psychologically do some shit to me, and I'm sitting here like, why are we doing this? And my dad just sitting there. He catching all kinds of fish. I ain't caught a motherfucking thing. I'm getting irritated whole time. Like my dad teach me like, hey son, hey, just be patient.
Yeah, Pops definitely used to take me fishing, man. Hey, I don't
But
even
me
think you
growing up,
enjoy fishing till you get a little bit older.
but bro, me growing up, it's like, why are we always? I'm out here, I never catch nothing. I'm getting irritated. I'm out here making all these noise. My dad just sitting there like, just be patient, son. Just be patient. If you're not gonna be patient, if you want to rush it, you ain't gonna catch shit. So I'm like, all right. And then one day, I decided to just sit there and I just wait. I just waited, bro. That motherfucker did this right here. And bro, when I tell you, it made me appreciate what my dad wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? Being patient.
Yeah.
So like cutting grass is like one of the things where it's like I didn't understand how cutting grass to be used as therapy. Cutting grass is very therapeutic. If like the smell of grass sometimes, it brought back memories of my dad playing football.
Yeah.
It brought back memories of just the smell of grass. He always used to tell me, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, when you out here and you smell that grass and you XYZ, it bring back memories. Like this is my way of therapy right here. Just cutting grass and having memories of XYZ, going fishing. So without my dad realizing that he was teaching me patience. He was teaching me, hey man, smell the roses, man. Smell the roses. Be appreciative of what you got. Like, and it took me and my dad to have a conversation with each other as an adult. Like, dang, like what you was teaching me, like I didn't understand growing up, but now I understand to where even my son, I'll be outside cutting grass, and my son wants to cut grass. I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, when I was little, my dad made me cut grass. My son wants to do that shit. So I'm like, damn, like, and it's like, I'm not even outside making him do it. He wants to do it.
Yeah.
If I'm outside cutting grass, I can't do that shit by myself. He has to be outside with me. If not, he gonna cry about it. Because he wants to be out here doing something with me. Because he said, I want to be just like you. I want to do this too. And I'm like, damn, like the stuff that I didn't like, my son actually want to do that shit. So it's like, dang, like, okay, all right, okay. So it's like I don't know if it's like a psychological thing that my dad was teaching me, like the stuff that you hate, you're gonna grow up just normal. It's gonna become a normal thing for you to just do without realizing you're doing it. Like I don't know. It's like, so what about you? What is something that your dad taught you or what is something that like
I didn't realize until I
you
got
didn't realize?
older why he was lashing out the way he was. Like
As he
why you so angry, bro? Like
yeah.
why you get angry? Okay, I'll tell you a story, bro. Uh Christmas Eve, whenever the PS3 was hot.
Yeah.
I don't know when it was. So Christmas Eve, my dad at work. I set the stage for you. My uncle
Okay.
lived with me, but he was
Mhm.
younger than me.
Yeah.
So it was me, my uncle, and my sister, right? My mom's was
Mhm.
at home, right? So
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, we all opened a present. Everybody, I
Mhm.
don't know how y'all do it for Christmas,
Yeah, same thing.
but we opened one present, right?
Mhm.
So my mom's and my pops was beefing, right? So while he at work, my mom have us pick out this present, whatever present we want to open. Now I picked the big box, but everybody know the rule, man. Especially you got both parents, man. Do not open the biggest gift on Christmas Eve. So moms was supposed to be like, no, you gotta go and get another one. But she let me open that one.
And it was PS3.
PS3 with the new Madden in that hoe. Mind
He
you,
wanted he wanted to see your reaction to seeing that shit. Like he
mind you,
wanted,
he didn't bought the PS3.
yeah.
Okay, boom. So we upstairs playing it. And he didn't finally came home. He didn't missed all of the excitement. Now we playing Madden, we creating a player. We not really paying him no mind, gang. But we're upstairs, they yelling. We hearing real fireworks, like, blank, blank, blank. Boom, we hear a dish. Boy, my daddy got down, take the Christmas tree, knock that bitch down. He take all the lights off that shit. He done knocked it down. He done knocked over some of my mama little glass elephants. It's all types of commotion. I'm frustrated. I'm a teenager, right? I might have just turned 13, 14. But now
Yeah.
I want to fight him because you done did all this shit, and my mama is yelling, not
Yeah.
understanding. Like that was total bullshit. That was total BS. Like he deserved to see us open the gift, one of the
Yeah.
biggest gifts that we got that Christmas.
Mhm.
He was working a lot to make sure that we had that gift.
Yeah.
And my young mind only could see my mom, you know, her emotions scattered everywhere and she yelling and not ever see my dad's side until I became a grown man
Mhm.
and can feel unappreciated
Yeah.
and do something big for your kids and they might not necessarily you might not get to really see the excitement or they might have different feelings. Like I didn't really understand that, bro, like why he did that until like years later where I could
Damn.
finally put everything together, bro. So we laugh about that shit now because it was
Yeah.
funny as hell seeing him knock down the Christmas tree like the Grinch, but at the time it was not cool at all.
Um,
And
like,
then me even trying to step in, like to be angry about the situation, like total flaw on my end, just being a kid.
yeah.
And that's why they be trying to tell kids stay in your place. Cause,
Yeah.
but at the same time, when my parents exposed me to all the arguing and everything, now y'all done made me a part of it.
Yeah.
And it was very easy too, I say, for my moms to kind of pin us together, pin us apart,
Mm.
because we already had that little tension.
Yeah.
So it was easy for me to feel like, oh, I need to side with my mom's
Mhm.
when I sometimes hey, it just wasn't for me. But at the same time, they did drag me into a lot of the mess, being the oldest. So, you know, it's a good and bad side to it, but I definitely understand now being a husband, father, and just wanting appreciation or just wanting to see the gratitude, from your kids when you do all of this work.
Exactly.
So, did your dad apologize when he was wrong?
Nah.
Same.
Nah.
Same.
You better get that shit.
Same, bro.
I ain't gonna
That
say
was
get it back
not a
in blood.
thing.
Hell no. My dad, I don't feel like that was even a thing. I don't know, bro. I don't feel like none of my auntie, my uncle, none of that. I don't feel like none of them will apologize about nothing. If they whooped your ass and it came out that something was misconstrued, that shit just was misconstrued. It is what it is. You just took
I'm
an
gonna be
ass.
honest, bro. I learned how to apologize from like Disney movies and shows, bro. I'm not even I swear to God, bro. I
You
did
learn how to
not learn.
apologize from Disney movies.
Yeah,
What
like
Disney
when they
movie
have a
you look
conflict or
at?
something, like, and they like, I'm sorry, or when like the friend, what I mean, something happened and they gotta apologize for being mean, and they pick the cool crew, like shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like smart. I remember. What's the little? Is it a Smart House? Nah, it's not Smart House. It's a
Smart guy.
Smart Guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them episodes, bro. Like, I real life learned how to apologize from shows and movies. My mom and my dad did not apologize for real. That was not a thing.
Now I gotta think when hell, even my grandma now, I've never heard my grandma say I'm sorry.
My parents,
Never,
they just now then said sorry, and a
bro.
lot of, yeah, so I don't even really understand how maybe that's why too though. Like I said, seeing it from TV shows and movies, maybe that's why I'm so much more open to trying to apologize with
Yeah.
my kids and my wife. Because them shows will depict a good outcome from people that apologize for stuff they wrong about. So I was like,
I,
oh, okay.
I feel like,
Because with my parents, I would see the tension just based off of them not apologizing, like
yeah.
them just acting like nothing was wrong with what they did, whether it was her or whether it was him. So I really do try to be like, okay, was I wrong in this situation? All right, let me give a real sincere apology.
Yeah.
But how do you think that hinder your relationships? Like not seeing anybody apologize. Like what made you learn to apologize?
I don't know. I feel like I lived a life where even though I didn't see it in the household to where like parents wise,
Yeah.
like I would apologize to my cousins. I would apologize to my sister. But when it comes to an adult apologizing, you don't hear that shit. But we would apologize amongst ourselves when it comes to people who I was around. But like parent wise, it's like whatever they say go. No matter if we know for a fact they wrong, we can't argue with them. Cause even arguing with them, even talking back, you might get popped in the mouth. So it's one of the things where it's like the way I talk to my uncle or my aunties or anything like that, like I if I'm able to tell them that they're wrong in a respectful way, even though I know as a child I wouldn't be able to do this if I was a child.
Yeah.
But if my auntie, my uncle do something and I say, hey, I'm not gonna lie, Uncle Bro or Auntie Tiny, like, I'm sorry, you're wrong for this. And that's the reason why. I feel like I'm at an age now where they're more accepting of me being an adult and being able to talk to them in ways that I couldn't be able to do that if I was 12.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just the fact that they see me as an adult. So like they done promoted me. What the lady said? You have been promoted. You wanted a new employee. That's how I felt, bro. Like I just feel like it went from they ain't a child no more to they grown now, to where it's like saying something to them is better to digest to them, knowing that I'm an adult now. So it's like what I say, they actually listen. But
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it's like if a 5-6-year-old tells you that they don't like something and this the reason why they didn't like something, hearing that from a 5, 6 year old, they kind of shun, they kind of, they shut down. They we have deaf ears for shit like that. So it's like it's like hearing my son tell me he doesn't like something when I know if I would have said the same shit to my dad,
it might not end it as good. Yeah.
but so it's like it's one of the things where it's like I sometimes battle of how I grew up versus how I'm trying to change. Cause
Yeah.
sometimes I be back. I have to go back and forth with myself. Like, hey, do I need to go the fuck off, or should I let that shit slide?
Yeah.
Or should I let him express himself, or should I shut this shit down? So like sometimes it's like it's hard to know how I grew up versus what is looked at as like acceptable or allowing your child to express themselves. But allowing your child to express themselves could turn into like, dang, like my dad would not have played this shit if I was a child. Why am I allowing this? But it's like I don't know if it's right or wrong. So it's like sometimes it's like I just leave it to God
So
sometimes.
knowing both of our parents or both of our dads did, I would say the man up type,
Yeah. They
tough
want no crying.
guy.
What you crying
Huh?
for? What you crying for? He's no crying.
Yeah,
What you
yeah.
crying? Suck that
Like
shit up.
the be tough, man up style.
Yeah.
Do you battle taking that approach with your son like I do, or
Man, listen.
because sometimes I see the benefit in it?
Yeah.
Because when you step out here to this world, bro, they don't give a F about you, man. They don't
Yeah.
care about your emotions. They don't care about what you got going on. They don't care about anything but goddamn the bottom line, some revenue, the dollar bills. That's what's moving shit out here. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to teach your son, like, bro, you got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to stay focused. You got to lock in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the only person that's really going to care about how you feel. And I understand that, but then it's like, I see the downside in that. Like, it could hinder his emotional intelligence. It could lead him to frustration and anger. You know what I mean? It could cause trust issues.
I feel like when it comes to emotional intelligence, the what I'm about to say is the right answer, but I also have issues with it when it's happening in real time too. So like when it comes to emotional intelligence, you should be able to feel in the moment. And as a parent, you're supposed to guide them into how to come out of that state of emotion.
Right.
So what some parents do is they see that their child is going through a stage where they're crying or they're upset, and they want to stop it. Which some parents think by stopping it and making them stop crying, that they are teaching them teaching them like, feel the emotion, but also stop the emotion. Growing up, I definitely, was finna cry, and then my dad, hey, cut this shit out. So I never actually got a chance to feel the emotion around my dad because it was stopped.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know how to properly. I'm not gonna say I never really knew how to properly feel an emotion because my dad would alter it into completely stopping it to make me do something else. Hey, go do this. So he'll shift it to me going outside to do some push-ups or go outside to do. He'll shift my emotion just like that. But then it got to a point where if I'm having a conversation with a female, or I'm having a conversation with somebody and they are making me upset, there's nobody to be like, hey, cut it out.
Yeah.
So I'll be going back and forth with a female, and it gets to a point where it's like, all right, I don't know how to properly navigate my emotions, because when I get to a certain emotion, it always gets stopped.
Got you.
So it's
So
like
you don't
I'm
know how
not.
to process it.
I didn't know how to process my emotions. So that's why whenever I would get into it with a female about something, I would become very emotional, because they wouldn't tell me, hey, because that's not their job, do that. It was nobody in my ear that's saying stop. So when I start to cry around my dad, he was like, hey, stop that shit. So I'll stop. And I walk away, or I do X, Y, and Z. But like when it comes to my son, it's like I see that my son is trying to process why he's upset. It be some dumb shit. It be some shit where I turn on a light, and he'll start crying because he wanted to do it. Some you feel like it's some dumb shit, but then I'd be like, hey, so why did you want? Because I wanted to do it. Okay, come over here and do it then. And then it's like I'm trying to walk him into this emotion, but I also need to be like, hey, you don't have to do that. You don't have to cry. Come here, come do it. All right, here,
Mhm.
come do it. Come here.
Mhm.
All right. Now he said, so I talk to him and I try to process through, like, you don't have to cry about that, right? Like I have to talk, but my dad wouldn't do any talking. It's like he'll be like, halt that shit, cut that shit out. So I understand, but then it's like you kind of robbed me of me trying to figure out how to how to say this, how to process it, to understand the emotion I'm trying to have, how to be able to stop it myself. I was always told to stop. I didn't know how to stop it on my own.
Right.
That makes
I
sense.
got you. Yeah, I got
So
you.
it's like,
So
so
it's
it
kind
was
of
it
like they was
was
managing your emotions
it
for
was
you.
managing my emotions for me instead of trying to talk me into how to manage my emotions. I was just like when it says, you're taught how, you're taught to what did it say? I said you're taught to how to act a certain way, but you're not taught how to manage it. You're just told to do something, but you don't know how to manage it when they're not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I stub my toe and I'm by myself, it's like I really didn't know how to really process, because like, am I supposed to cry? Am I supposed to get angry? Like
Yeah.
I didn't know how. So it's like I never was taught. Okay, this is how you feel. This is how I feel. All right. So you know what I'm saying? How do you feel right now? You want to cry? What do you do? I was never told that it was okay to express myself, because if I wanted, because my natural reaction to want to do something, it was always cut. Like, hey, cut this shit out. So even
Yeah.
me, sometimes I tell Elijah, because even myself, I be thinking the shit he cry over be the dumbest shit in the world. But to him, it's important. To him,
Right.
that's how he would express himself. So even though I know it's some dumb shit, to him it's not dumb shit.
Yeah.
So it's
For
like
me,
hard. It's just hard, bro, to like have him not cry about shit that he want to cry about.
yeah. For me, bro, growing up, like I really could not really cry, bro. It got so bad, bro. Like it was a long stretch where I didn't cry, even in like funerals, sad events. Like it got that bad before the military. I really didn't even cry for real until probably Papa died, like real deal. And even then, I cried in the room alone.
That was only a few years ago. You mean to tell me you went?
Wow, you can ask P, bro. It was bad. I was not a crier, bro. It was a good little minute.
I mean, I was a crybaby. I was a crybaby. I ain't gonna say I was a crybaby. I was very sensitive about things. I would be very emotional about things if something doesn't go the way I feel like it should go.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If my dad told me he was gonna go somewhere and now we can't go somewhere, it's like I'm gonna have a natural reaction to that, and it's probably gonna turn emotional. So if
yeah,
I can't go to the store right now. Why, Dad? Why? Why can't we go to the store right now? And he'd give a reason why. And I will want to show my emotion. But then my dad be like, hey, cut that shit out. So it's like All right. So it got to a point where it's like, all right, so just hey, just don't cry. Cool. But then mixing that with also not having my mom to run to, that crying turned into something happened to me. I get pissed off. I get angry
Yeah,
because that crying shit got cut out.
yeah.
So it went years of me just. That's how it went, honestly. But when it comes to my son, it's like, all right, my son. I tell my son, man, my son is overly emotional. Whole time, it's like, nah, you're supposed to teach. You're supposed to be the one to teach your son how to manage his own emotion by talking through it. All
But
right,
that's
are
the
you?
thing too. Like I feel like how you said a lot of your stuff got halted. Like if I was to cry, or whatever, bro, it would be like, hey, go stand in the corner. You dig what I'm saying? Like it
So
was.
you felt like you was getting punished for showing emotion.
No, I was really emotional when I was a baby, for sure.
No, I'm
Like
saying
my
when
son,
you
me and him
showing
probably was on a.
emotion, you
But yeah,
told it.
bro, yeah. My parents was hardcore, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. You know, it tightened up. I mean, it loosened up as I got older. But when I was a kid,
Yeah.
you got like, bro, it wasn't nothing to stand in the corner for 90 minutes, knees
What?
shaking. I'm trying to tell you,
Man,
oh
listen,
pops, forget you in the corner.
bro.
Forget your ass in the corner. You done been there 3 minutes, bro. Knees about to give out.
Listen, at the type of energy I had, bro, I couldn't sit still. So I would have got my ass whooped all the time.
Bro, we talking about you getting your ass whooped and then you gotta go stand in that corner. You not
Right.
moving nothing.
You see how much my son be moving? You think I could be able to make my son sit in the corner for an hour?
All right, he ain't got his ass whooped to
Man,
Hey, nah, belt make it different, boy. I'm trying to tell you now. You gonna
well,
stand
hey,
still.
he ain't never experienced that shit, so I guess, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I can't even fathom my son being able to stand in the corner for 5 minutes without moving.
Nah, for sure, bro. Literally
Because I
be
know
in there
he's
just shaking
gonna
because you just
be
your legs
moving,
tired.
just flipping.
But also too, bro, like I didn't really see my dad cry a lot. I didn't see my papa ever cry. I
Yeah,
see my dad cry like traumatic events, so that was just kind of the standard anyway. It wasn't like people was telling me just don't cry. Like I just
yeah,
one got enough ass whoopings to stop crying, and then two, like I never seen that from men, so I carried that for a while. Like I said, it
yeah.
was a long stretch. Probably like I'll probably say from my teens till Papa died, and I don't even remember anything that made me cry in my teens like that. But like, yeah, until he passed away, that was the first time I had really broke down and like was shedding tears,
Yeah.
like real deal, bro. Like really felt it all the way. And now, like, yeah, I might have a little cry or two now that I'm older and I understand. Let that shit go because I was realizing a lot of it would manifest into anger and lashing out, just how my pops was showing me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I sometimes with my son, because you got to balance, because he got three sisters. So for your
Yeah.
son, it's different. He just got one older sister and she older. He got
Mm-hmm.
three sisters, two older, one younger. It's hella
Yeah.
Barbie houses and shit around here. It's hella, they watching all types of little emotional girls on TV. And
Yeah.
sometimes I be trying to overcompensate, just based off of me understanding his environment.
Mm-hmm.
But then realizing like I don't have to. Like I don't you don't need to do that. Cause his older
Yeah.
sister be telling them, boy, put that Barbie up, boy, stop. So
Yeah.
I don't really gotta do all the policing. And then yeah, like you said, just let them cry, but at the same time, help them to understand and regulate them emotions.
Yeah.
Hey, like, yeah, you're crying, but this is not necessarily a situation where you need to be crying.
Yeah.
I understand you frustrated because you can't have this, or I'm telling you no, but this is why I'm telling you no. You
I feel
know,
like you know the moms could also play a factor in how emotional they are too, because you got to know, moms are natural nurturers, right? So, and I already know my wife. That shit long gone. My wife gonna pick him up. cuddle with him, X, Y, Z. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You know, Elijah a titty baby, so he gonna always be a mama's boy. You know what I'm saying? So it's I want to say the main reason why I don't really react when he gets emotional, and it's because I already know who he's about to run to, because she gives it off so much, which is not wrong, but when she's away and he wants to still be that emotional, child that he is, he know he can run to me, but it's timed. Like it ain't
Yeah.
no, you know what I'm saying? Like if something was to happen to where he fell, he scraped his knee, and he come to me, he's crying, I'm not picking you up.
See, that's the part where I don't have to overcome. That's why I had to slow myself down from overcompensating, because
Yeah.
my wife is the total opposite of how your wife, you know, um, approaches the, mother son relationship.
Oh,
Like,
this is my only boy, and which is not wrong. This is my baby man. This is my X, Y, and Z. It's not wrong. Like, do your thing,
yeah,
but it's like she does it so much to where it's like I would do it if she's away, because
yeah,
when she's there emotionally, my
yeah,
son wants to be around his mama.
yeah. See, for
He
me,
wants,
bro, my wife, like in my house, my mom said I love you, a lot. My
yeah,
dad never really said I love you until I got way older and out the house and all that junk. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
But in her house, she didn't grow up like that. Like that was foreign to her. So it's foreign to her now with even me, you know what I mean, and getting that affection and that nurturing, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I have to remind her, like these are the things that's gonna be needed for this family to thrive. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
my son don't get all of that when he go to
mhm,
his mom. Now he might be more emotional when he sees her, but as
yeah,
far as this my only son and I'm gonna cuddle him anytime he bump his head and all that, she's not doing that.
yeah,
So that's why I said, okay, I can take a step back because this isn't the conventional mama's boy situation. My
yeah,
wife, she's not really the one into, you know what I mean, overflowing with nurturing spirit. Like that's not
yeah.
really her. And no shot at her. Like it's
No,
just
no, no,
not
yeah,
who she is.
yeah, yeah,
So with my son, even when he crying, like she don't like all of that. Like so it makes it hard because I don't want to be too rough on him.
yeah,
But then at the same time, we both speaking the same message, so it kind of make it easier.
yeah,
Like this
yeah,
ain't something you need to be crying about, son, or oh, you hit your head. We both told you to stop running through the house. Like it makes it easier.
yeah,
Now
yeah. I got you.
sometimes she have her moments. He doing something crazy. I'll come here, pick him up, and
Yeah,
it could be like that. But for the most part, me and her on the same page about it, so it makes it a little bit easier. But I do worry sometimes. Like, is this the right approach? Should I be tougher on him? But then it's like, nah, he'll figure it out. He'll
yeah.
figure
So,
it out.
because I look at Elijah, and as much of a mama's boy he is, that little motherfucker tough.
And
When
that's
when
another
he,
thing. You notice the toughness just in
yeah,
certain things. So it's like, oh, hold on, okay, hold on.
yeah,
Little
yeah,
man, he good. He good.
he good. Like the stuff I see at jujitsu, I said, yeah, yeah, he gonna be one of the ones. He
Yeah.
gonna be one of the ones. So it's like when he was like 1, 2 years old, and I seen it all. Well, 1 or 2. When he was like 2, 3 years old, and I was just constantly seeing her, just always picking him up, always. I'm like, damn, like we gonna be raising a little soft ass little boy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is I feel like Elijah has phases where even now, like he getting to a point now to where he don't want his mama in the room when he's taking his clothes off to go to change his clothes. And I'm like, I'm starting to see a certain thing where it's like, okay. You, It's been time where he'll go in his room, he'll close the door. He's like, I'm changing my clothes. I need the door needs to be closed. I'm changing my clothes. I'm like, okay, all right. Usually he'll be wanting to be in the room, or he'll have no problem taking. Now it's like he'll go in his own room and take his clothes off. And I'm like, I'm seeing changes. I'm like, okay, all right, okay. So it's like the things that I would do when I was little and I was considered soft for, it's like I've seen it in my son as well, but it's like he's also a Tasmanian devil, bro. It's like he's still a rough, tough little boy, but he do have a soft side to where it's like a balance. And I'm like, dang, like
Yeah, you okay with it? Me too. Me too. Because sometimes bro can have his hands up trying to punch on something. Then the next he crying. Then the next he running into a wall or he building something. So you see that, okay, bro is multifaceted. He could do a bunch of different things. Exactly. And he also has a safe place to express himself. On top of all that, hey, just let it play out, man. You don't need to. You're given the right morals and the right principles. You know you're gonna instill responsibility into him. So just relax. You ain't got to be too hard, especially at these young ages.
Yeah,
because they're gonna do a lot of dumbass shit that you just don't understand as a parent, just as a human.
Because even me, because like I said, I was a mama's boy growing up. So, also, I'm double jointed as well. So, in the early 90s, bro, gymnastics wasn't a thing that, dads was okay with their little boys doing. That was
hand-eye coordination.
That's what that, but in my dad mind, that's what girls do. Little boys don't be doing no damn gymnastics. So I'm looking at myself as a dad now and seeing how flexible my son is, how he can flip X, Y, and Z. My wife was like, what if we put him in gymnastics? In my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I said, you know what? My dad said no to this shit. Let's see how he doing gymnastics. The class itself was a bunch of bullshit. That specific class, because all he was doing was just run around with little kids playing with balls and all kinds of dumb shit. But the fact that my son is able to do a split, is able to do pull-ups as a 5-year-old, like he's able to damn to do a goddamn muscle up. Like it's like
on the pull-ups,
he be on the motherfucking pull-ups heavy. But so it's like that's a talent that most dads be like, no, that's what little girls do. Whole time, but that's a talent that your child, you may be taking a talent away from that motherfucking ass. You don't even realize it. So it's like, I don't know. It's like I want my son to be able to do things that even some people may think, oh, that's a feminine thing to do. But at the same time, it's like, hey, if he got a motherfucking talent, hey, speak life into it. Don't shun it just because you don't think that's a manly thing to do. If my son wanted to be an artist, if you want to paint, man, go paint your ass off, man. I'll put you some classes. I don't give a damn.
No, for sure. Because he could really be talented in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want to cook? I'll put you in cooking class. I don't give a damn about that. Hey, be honest, bro.
Let's see. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna run through these real quick, gang. All right, you ready?
What's up? Let's go.
One word that describes your pops.
Determined.
Fly. Was your dad strict or chill?
Strict as a motherfucker, boy.
What's something he would always say?
Anytime that any conversation my dad would have with me, he'll never say bye. He'll say see you later. He don't like saying bye, because that means like we ain't gonna see each other again. He always said, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Like anytime we'll be on the phone, he'll never say bye. He'll say, all right, son, I'll see you later.
My dad always used to tell me, boy, you gotta work 3 times harder, boy. You gonna have to work 3 times harder, son. 3 times harder. All right. Did your dad show love with words or actions?
Action.
Same. What was something he was really good at?
My dad was really strong, bro. My dad had me in the motherfucking lifting weights, bro. My dad was strong as shit. My dad had a high school record. It was only for a day because a lineman out squatted him the next day. He squatted 725 in high school. The very next day, his offensive lineman squatted like 730 and beat and crossed that shit out. And my dad was so upset that he held the record for a day. But my dad was strong. I never got anywhere close to that shit ever. But my dad was a strong motherfucker growing up.
My dad was real good at coaching.
Okay.
What was something your dad absolutely did not play about?
Disrespect. He did not play about it. He'll pop your ass in the mouth if you see you just disrespecting somebody.
Son, he did not play about going in his room, boy. You better not go in his damn room for nothing, boy. That's gonna be the I don't know. I don't know, bro. But if you go in that goddamn room,
boy, he don't want your ass to see.
You ain't gonna have no ass cheeks, boy. You go in that room, boy. I'm telling you that right
now.
Damn. What scared you about your pops growing up?
What scared me about him? I mean, he was just stern. That scared me a lot. You know what I'm saying? He was aggressive. Like my dad was he didn't play. Like you didn't know if my dad was gonna snap or you don't know. It just you don't know if my dad was gonna react in a calm way or react in with rage. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know depending on what you do. So I just always lived and have to always like hopefully I said the right thing, because if I say the wrong thing, it may result in an ass whooping. So yeah.
I would say about the same, bro. Just not knowing what the reaction was gonna be. You just never kind of knew if he was hot or cold. But I understand now as you get older. What made your pops laugh every time?
Damn, what made him laugh?
My pops, every time that Rick James, Dave Chappelle skit, the what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Man, the Kings of Comedy, Bernie Mac, that whole special, that shit made my dad laugh. The whole matter of fact, damn near all the motherfuckers, Steve Harvey said all that.
Yeah.
That whole shit, I'm talking about, that was like my dad was crying laughing from that shit.
Oh man, because remember we used to have the little DVDs, the DVD tape. So bro, he always was playing the Chappelle Show, gang. So yeah, man, that was one of the ones, man. Did your dad cook or grill?
My dad really didn't do either one of them, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
For real?
My grandma was the cook. Matter of fact, grilling wasn't really. My grandma cooked a lot, but she wasn't really grilling. My grandma was a cook of the house. My grandma was just, she fried chicken, collard greens, some yams, some, what I'm saying, like. But she would never. Even my papa, he would never really get on the grill. Like he killed pigs, he killed boars, he'll kill it, and he like, hey, he'll get some fish and be like, hey, go crazy. But it will never be slapping on the grill or nothing like that.
My daddy was the grill master.
For real?
He was on that joint. Even now, his ass can barely stand up, but shit, he can grill his ass off. He really learned how to cook later down the line. Like, he knew how to throw a couple things together, but now he can put that thing together if he want to. But he definitely was on that grill.
Yeah,
he was on that grill. What was your pop's go-to outfit?
My dad had this Jordan sweatsuit. And this the thing about it is, like, my dad had this Jordan sweatsuit. It was all white, and the seam was blue.
Yeah.
With the blue Jumpman. He wore that shit so much. I mean, one time my dad wore that shit to come to school. He came to school when I was in, I want to say like senior high school. He came to school, and I was in math class. My dad walked into the classroom. Mind you now, the shit already. He bought it for his size, but it was kind. He could have bought an extra. He bought a
He
large.
didn't wash it.
You bought a large. You really supposed to have wearing an extra large for real. Why? You know what I'm saying? But like he walked in the classroom and all the girls in the classroom talking about, damn. Whole time they talking about what they see. I'm like, man, come on, man. Like, and one of the girls was like, dang, like, if the daddy like that, I wonder what the son like. And I was like, and the shit made me bust out laughing. Dang, if the daddy packing like that, what the son like?
Oh, my boy. Oh, he was going crazy.
Everybody
Nah, he didn't wash and dried it. It didn't shrunk up on him.
Yeah. I'm like, damn. I'm like, shh.
Hey, classic Freddie Williams fit right here. Oversized jersey. You gonna have the throwback on.
Mm-hmm.
Like my pop's gonna have one of them big ass jerseys on. They're gonna have a fitted cap on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he still ain't on them snapbacks. He fitted to this day. He was either gonna have some jean shorts on, or like some cargos, but now he more so to wear like some jeans or something. But yeah, or like them old nigga track suits. He wear them. He wear a bunch of them. But yeah, he was gonna have that on. And then for some reason, this nigga started putting Timbs with shorts. So it'd be the Timbs, the shorts with the big jersey with the fitted cap. That's his go-to.
Hell no.
Nah, because you gotta think at work, he gotta wear a suit, tie, and button ups. So when he get off work, bro was still trying to be a YN. So my daddy was one of them. Even to this day, he still dressed like one of them 80s dope boys. He got a couple Kango hats with some fur and track suits that got velvet and all types of shenanigans. Because he can't go a damn where. What's something your dad taught you about money?
About money. Damn. I would say my dad was real. My dad worked hard, but my dad wasn't really a saver. My dad was definitely he was real big on making sure responsibilities were taken care of before the pleasure. So he would definitely make sure, like, hey son, when you get to a certain age, just know, like, you know, don't ever take the pleasure over the responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
I think for probably like pre-approval stuff, interest rates, just understanding, you know, how loans work. That was about it, because I don't think my dad really was like privy to a lot of financial stuff until like around COVID, like stocks or anything additional he could put his money into. But like I taught my dad the stock market, just the basics of it. And he took off and did something that I could only hope to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as the amount of work and the amount that he learned in a short period of time to be able to make that be his revenue source, you know, to be able to take care of all his bills. So he definitely he had the brains. It just, you know, today all of that information is on the internet now.
Okay.
All these kids got all the information about what they can put their money into and, you know, how finances work. Now, if they actually use it or not is a totally different story. But now all of that information is at the tip of your finger. So it's a lot different. But my pops definitely was big on, and still is big on, keeping some funds, gang. Keeping some funds.
so he can, buy him some fly and do what he like to do.
Mhm.
What's a habit you got from him?
Mm, a habit. Damn. Let me see.
Mine would be shit that going to the garage I was speaking about earlier. I
Yeah, me
catch
too.
myself doing that. You get off work or something,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just need about 30 minutes and a quick little cannabis roll, you know what I mean? And so I definitely picked that up from him.
I definitely picked it up for him too. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. And even like even though I don't smoke cigarettes, none of that. Like my dad definitely went from a whole phase of him smoking his cigarettes, or even when it come to drinking a little bit, like I got that from him too, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, I definitely say yeah. Well, when he say he going to the garage, we me and him already know what we talking about.
What it was. No, for sure. I understand now, the decompression and
Yeah.
you know, trying to shake off whatever happened during the day so it don't
Mhm.
affect your home life, and it's just
Right.
stuff you ain't really understand until you really got older and went through it yourself.
Oh yeah,
uh
yeah.
what's something you wish your dad understood about you?
Mm, yeah. My dad know a lot. My dad know just damn near everything about it. But one thing, let me see. I would say, um, him being hard on me. I don't feel like him being hard on me really took away my soft spot, my soft side. I just showed it in ways where it wasn't really it wasn't really toxic. I mean, it wasn't really productive in how I should have displayed my emotions. Um, because of what he told me, you know what I'm saying, like don't cry, don't do this, don't do that. So I would internalize that and use the emotional side. I decided to throw that towards females,
Mm-hmm.
and I would get that a satisfaction from them,
From the lady,
or
yeah.
lash out on them, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't understand how to manage it
Mm-hmm.
from the house. You know what I'm saying? So if I wish I would say that, you know what I'm saying? Like I wish she would have known that my soft side was kind of cut off to where it kind of affected how I addressed or talked or reacted when it
Yeah,
come to the house. You know what I'm saying?
I think for
What?
me, man, I don't think it's something that I wish he would understand now. I think it just took him so long with me, him realizing that like I'm a man now. I'm not in your house. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm not asking for no money. I'm not, needing anything from you. You know,
yeah,
like you don't have to approach this like I'm a little boy still.
hmm,
Like I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. And
yeah,
it took a little minute, bro, for our relationship to adjust, for him to see, bro, he got his own wife, family.
hmm,
Like I need to establish that same respect that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? As us both being men. This is
yeah,
still my son, but this is not, the little kid that I raised. Now I gotta believe that everything I instilled in him and everything I taught him, he can go do, in his own life on his own accord and find his own way. And I
yeah.
think that was a struggle, a big struggle between me and my pops for a while.
Damn.
But it's a lot better now.
Yeah.
I think, ever since me and him really have sat down and hashed everything out,
Hmm.
all the gripes and complaints and the misunderstandings, now it's more so like, okay, nah, I didn't raise you to be the man that you need to be. I didn't did everything that I can do from
Hmm.
what I was taught
Yeah.
for you to become whoever you need to be. And
Yeah.
that's also where it was up to like me and you to go and explore and leave, where we from, and gain different lessons from different men, and different types of leaders and so
Mhm.
forth. Because if we just went off the example that was set by our parents or our fathers, like, can you honestly say you'll be proud of yourself?
No, no.
And that's no shot. It's just understanding like that's not the route that I would like to take. Like if I was, I'm proud of my father now for everything
Yeah,
that he did overcome, and finally being able to say this is how I feel and I need to go see a therapist, and I done dealt with a lot, and I done been through a lot of traumatic stuff that
yeah.
has molded me. I'm proud. I'm definitely proud of him now,
Hmm.
and everything he been able to do. Cause I know that stuff was hard for him, man.
Yeah,
Going so long being misunderstood, going so long feeling like you really don't got nobody in your corner. You don't really got nobody to talk to besides like the friends you've made. That can be hard, man. And then you don't really have that father figure, you know, to really show you the ropes.
yeah.
That affects a young man coming up, not having a father figure. It don't even necessarily need to be the father, but to have a representation of what it is to be a man. Like your kid definitely needs that.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
But last thing, bro, before we hop out, man, if your dad walked in right now, what would you say, bro?
If you walked in right now, I say, hey man, let me show you around the house real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like my dad ever had a house this big. So I'm hey, come on, let me show you what your son got going on real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this the man cave. This where you can chill and relax at. You know what I'm saying? No problems, no issues. You know what I'm saying? Go in the fridge, they stocked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll show my dad, like, hey, raise a son that's able to, take care of business. Like, you done pass me the torch. Now I'm finna take over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pops walked in, I just be like, "Hey man, what you trying to eat, dog?" Yeah. I just seen him yesterday, so I just, hey, what you got going on, man? How you feeling? How you health? But other than that, I do appreciate, everything he was able to do,
oh yeah,
the lessons he was able to teach, the morals, and it might not have always been perfect,
hmm,
but it was always effort.
oh
And,
yeah,
having uh, a successful marriage might have not been in his cards, but hey, he did the best he could as a dad, man. He did the best he could, man. So I'm appreciative of it all. And then for him to continue to do it, even when he doesn't have to, as I'm in my older years, like, even more for him to
oh yeah,
really be there for me and be supportive of everything I'm doing. So I just appreciate it, bro, for
oh
all of
yeah,
it, because we've been through some tough seasons, man. Some real tough seasons. A lot of, heated tension and, just fights and disagreements and everything you could name for us to finally get here. I'm really appreciative of it, bro. So you,
oh
anything
yeah.
else?
Nah, that's pretty much it, my boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man. This was a cool little episode, man. Yeah,
I
we
feel like
almost at
this the longest episode we've done.
yeah, man. We almost at like 2 hours, and I could
2
I could
hours.
really talk, but I ain't ate
Yeah,
none yet.
I'm gonna say my stomach in my back right now, my boy. I ain't gonna lie
Oh,
to
no,
you.
you good, bro. But hey, I appreciate anybody that tuned in, that will tune in later, man. SSP Still Standing Podcast on YouTube, uh,
Mhm.
Still Standing Podcast on Facebook, Still Standing Clips on Facebook. I got it on my Twitch, also on Facebook. So hey man, y'all tap in. We appreciate y'all. Wednesday,
Mhm.
we're gonna have a jam-packed session
Yeah,
about the military. It's all
mhm.
about the service. Then
Yeah.
Friday we got the combine episode, so make sure y'all tap in for the win, man. It's still
Mhm.
standing. Y'all have
Oh,
a
yeah.
good one, man.